What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
We have
Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world and keep the sky on your mind.
As always, everything we discuss is for entertainment and is speculation. Please like and subscribe, and definitely join our discussion in the comments. If you're ready, let's get into it. Welcome back to Typically Unique, everybody. I'm so happy to see everybody in here. I hope you're having a great day. I'm going to have Dago come up with me in a few minutes. I can't wait. I love when we get together and talk. We've been doing that a lot this week, and that's what made me want to come on here today and talk about some of the things that we've been figuring out and seeing as we looked through the photos that have been released. Let me do that now. I'm going to bring you up, Dago. I see that I'm not getting that weird message anymore. Hello.
Hello, Governor.
I love that photo.
Yeah, yes, I do too. I got.
Uh-oh. See, something's happening. I keep getting a weird message. Let's try it again.
I got something going on with my camera. I think I have to work through that. So just keep bringing me back up if I fall down. I'm sorry.
No worries. No worries.
I don't know why this is doing this, but anyway, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. As long as you can hear me.
Yep. So I just wanted to tell everybody that I haven't been on here in a while because our modem crashed. I thought I did it when I was decorating Carlos's room. I guess it was coincidental. Who knows? Or I just completely crashed it out. But we had to replace that, and it ended up being a blessing and a curse because or inside of a curse, I guess, because when I returned it, it had been so long since we updated anything that we ended up saving a ton of money. So that was good.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Anytime you can save money, that's awesome.
Yep. How cold is it your way?
It's pretty cold. My mother-in-law just came downstairs in panic mode, saying that we're supposed to be getting some insane snowstorm, and she's freaking out, saying we need to go to the store and get this and get that. And I'm like, oh, okay, calm down.
Just make sure you're stocked up on coffee. That's what I did yesterday.
I am, and thank you to, again, somebody sent me more, so I have enough coffee to last me at least 2 days. I'm just kidding. Probably at least the rest of the month, I would think. I would hope, but if not, then I need to go see somebody because there's a problem there.
Oh, someone said, Teresa, 25 below. Yikes. Let me know where you're at.
That's scary.
We're in Ohio, and yeah, we've got freezing temperatures. Schools were closed here. I don't know about your way because of the temps, not even snow.
Yeah. We haven't. I don't have any more kids in school, but I don't know if my grandkids had school or not. She'll usually show up here on Friday night.
That might be happening, but it's okay. We'll just roll with it. I retired in September, and I'm still on the call list. So when they close school, I still get called, which is good because it makes me happy for the teachers.
Okay. I don't know what the heck is going on. I'm sorry, Kim.
It's all right. I told the chat we're just gonna roll with it.
I'm gonna try.
You do what you need to do, and it's fine with me. It doesn't bother me.
I'm just trying to get the camera to come on, and it's doing some weird. It's saying the browser's not recognizing it, which doesn't make any sense because
Yeah.
I haven't touched anything since last night, and I was live last night, and I was
Yeah.
also with DA last night. So
Oh.
I don't get it.
I wonder if Mercury's in retrograde. Is Mercury in retrograde?
That could be it. That could be
This
it.
is with electronics, apparently.
Yes.
I want to say hello to RJ Anderson and Leslie and Billy, Mike, Roe, Tomboy. She commented on the thumbnail. Thank you. I have to say that picture, that photo is like, I don't know, 10 years old.
Well, you look the same to me, except for the glasses. Of course, you're wearing glasses, but that's the
I
difference.
know. And these are just readers, but Carlos is making me go to the eye doctor. So that's coming up in February. So I know I'm going to have real glasses after that.
That's pretty much where I'm at. I'm supposed to be wearing like readers and then bifocals, because I'm old. And I got one pair, lost them. So you'll see me switching glasses out constantly because I can't find the ones that work. So I'm always flipping them back and forth to be able to see. But I'm like, I think next time I get to go to the eye doctor, I think I'll have a full-blown script now. So,
Yep. It does happen with age because one year I was totally fine. And the next year I was at school, like leading a meeting, like I can't read this. And someone said here and handed me their readers and I put them on. I was like, oh my God, I can see.
Right,
So
right.
ever since then.
Well, I'm aging. I'm diabetic. I'm a YouTube creator, so I'm staring at a computer 24/7. So it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. So,
Yep.
welcome everybody. Thank you guys for joining us today over here as well. As we go live with Typically Unique and Miss Kim and have a brilliant discussion as it always is with her. I love doing this with her.
Oh, good. I wasn't sure if you were going to stream or not. Dual streaming.
Yes, I did do that.
Awesome.
Hopefully that brings more people in here, and then I'll be live after this when she's done. So
yep, I'll be over there.
Stuff all day, you guys. Got a great stuff. I'm glad you went live though, because it's been a minute since you've been live, and I like seeing you do it. So.
Yep. I always start off with a couple little personal things that I want to share. I got to finish saying hello. I see Hemisphere, Speedy, Truth Seeker. Hello.
I love this background.
I figured with the weather we're having, we needed there is a fireplace, but we're kind of blocking it, but we needed a warm, cozy background.
Fireplace going. Yes, of course.
Oh, Teresa's in Wisconsin. Okay. Ooh. I love Milwaukee. I got to go there. I love their river walk area. Like they really did it right.
I've never been there.
It's really nice. They have along their river just condos and restaurants, and it's a really nice walkway. Cool. I really liked that.
Very cool.
We got St. Augustine, Florida. Hi, Christine Hurd and Love and Other Habits. I'm sure everybody's going to bounce back and forth between our streams too. Dale Harris.
I know what's wrong. Damn it.
What do you think it is?
Because I have my other live scheduled. And because of that, it pulls my likeness over there. That's so stupid to me.
Oh. That's weird.
Right. Yeah, it's very strange. I should be able to do because it's saying that it was used by something else. So it is. Ooh,
Daenerys Targaryen. Yeah, Game of Thrones. Love that name. She was my favorite character.
There you go.
Gen 7. Hello. Brooke. Hey, there's Brooke.
I might fall out, Kim. So if I do, just pull me back up again.
Okay. No worries. Yeah, Brooke saying, hope and pray everyone in the U.S. this weekend doesn't lose power. Yeah, for sure. But with these cold temps, you do not want to lose power.
No, hell no. No. Keep that heat going, folks.
Yep. All right, I want to show you guys a little clip of what it's like up around here because lots of areas get snow, but I'm in the snow belt.
As
and
am I.
Dago's, yep, not far down below. And sometimes, like, I'm up north, sometimes we get it because it's right along the lake. Sometimes it kind of skips over and goes a little bit more south.
Yeah. We
And
always get it. Whether it's bad or not, we always get it because of where I'm at. So,
Mhm.
and
our
Ashtabula,
our area has like a ridge from the glaciers. So when you're down by the lake, it's real low level land, but then you just drive 10 minutes and you got to go up hills.
yeah, I know if we were to head like to Geneva or Ashtabula County or up by the lake up by Ashtabula, it's bad, way bad up there. So,
Yeah. All right, let me show you guys this because, like I was saying the other day, I was like, this one.
yeah, we covered that case.
Hmm.
Mama Bear covered that case.
Why isn't it showing up? Tab.
Somebody, my mother-in-law said that they said something on the news that she looked at that said that we could be getting like our areas, yours and mine, possibly up to 12 inches of snow. And I went,
Uh-huh.
well,
It happened last year.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm not playing with that. I guess Caden will be shoveling his brains out because I ain't doing it. Sorry. We got a snowblower too, so
Give me a second. Why does this?
welcome everybody. It's great to see you all in here on both sides today. Make sure you guys, if you're on this side of the fence, guys, please make sure you hop over to Typically Unique, that side, and hit the like button, subscribe if you have not yet, and hit the notification bell, please and thank you.
And the same over here. If you are on my Typically Unique stream, please go over to the True Crime Cafe with Dago. Hello, William Tardy. Hello, Cheryl Mims. All right, this is what it's been like around here.
Oh wow.
So this is plowed. This road is plowed. But when I say they can't get down to pavement, the snow is so packed. And I try to like hit my brakes a little hard right here to show you the sliding. Like,
you can do donuts
when was this?
roads like this.
Just like, I don't know, a couple days ago. I said you can do donuts. Like if you go real fast on a road where like nobody's around.
We don't have anywhere near that much snow right now. Most of ours melted away. So
oh no, we got enough, and it's been so cold that it has just stayed and hung around. Yep.
Well,
one more tip or little thing that I wanted to share with you guys. So I bought one of these. It's a thermal sticker printer, and I bought it for school because I wanted to like print out funny stickers for my students and stuff. But I'm always in lives, and especially with Lucy and lately RJ Anderson, you guys will post wonderful resources like in the live chat. So I'll like screenshot them, and then I have all these screenshots in my photos in my phone, and they're not organized. I forget to go back and look at them or whatever. So I started, because you can just over Bluetooth just send the image. So I started printing them out on these little stickers. So these are your comments from the lives that have like documents and stuff like that.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
And it prints really good. So I'm just starting a page where I can reference them and go back. And
I like that. My granddaughter has something like that, and my son, her dad, he has one too. He still plays the card game Magic. So you can print out, like, there's something to do with the game where you have the cards and you can have extra cards. So he prints out cards on something that looks just like that, and they look just like the regular cards. And I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, they have this size that prints like stickers, and then they do have full-size ones, but they take no ink. I don't know how they print, but they take no ink. It's a thermal printer. Yeah.
That's That's strange.
So I'll let you know when it runs out and what you have to do when it runs out.
Yeah, because I've never heard of that's wild.
I mean, thermal, that's some kind of heat, right?
Heat, that's heat,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I don't think you ever have to do anything to it. I don't know. All right, we're gonna get into it. So a couple things that inspired this live today. Like I keep seeing mostly TikToks of people that they're just like bashing everybody that is continuing to talk about the case in general. And, they say, just stop it, just stop it. And, when these new pictures came out, they're really going at it. If you say anything about a photo, they have to come out and,
Yep.
they're the correctors,
Of
what
course, yes.
I listen to them. I don't mind. I'll listen to them, and there was a blood expert that made a statement about the swabbing of that desk in Xana's room that we saw. And I'm like, I understand that. And that inspired me for part of what we're going to do today.
Yeah. Right.
But don't add the sarcastic nastiness at the end. Like, I can't stand that.
Nope.
It rubs me the wrong way.
Reminds me, there's one specific creator, I'm not going to say his name, but I'm sure you guys will catch it, that does that daily. No matter what you say, he has to be that way. And it's like, why? We're all the same type of people. Nobody's any better than anybody else. We all look at this the same way. You may see one thing, I may see another, and that's perfectly fine, but you don't need to talk down to people. Be sarcastic, be rude. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't know.
Yep. And comparing a few of the things that we're going to look at to the narratives that we've been told all along. I'm on that narrative path, what have they been telling us? And then we go look at everything and it doesn't add up. So,
well, there's some things that are changing up. Like we're going to be doing that on my show today, looking into that stuff. Cause there's some new ideals that came to mind now after last night. So yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we overlap because you and I were having the discussions together, but
what do you mean
we'll
overlap?
See with our thoughts.
Yeah, we do that a lot. So
yeah. Okay. I wanted to start with the photo. Oh, I wrote down the number of it. I don't have it pulled up. Okay. All right. So that photo with what batch is this? It's got to be this one. Yeah. How many photos were in the newest?
27.
Oh, it's on my computer. That's why I'm not seeing it. Okay.
I think it's 2791.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, thank you, Gary.
There they are. All right. So I have the page numbers written down. So we're going to look at what we were talking about. So everybody said that in Xana's room, we were looking at that end table.
Mm-hmm.
And that is even when you take notes and try to be organized.
Yeah.
Let me find it. Let me find it, you guys. Oh, wait, I wrote it right on here. Durr. I wrote it right on my notes. Oh, my God. All right, it's 1027.
You guys make sure to hit that like button there, guys, on both sides, please. And thank you.
Appreciate it. Yes, on both sides.
Very much appreciated.
I'm going to try not to disconnect myself from this live. I already have it pulled up.
And share this out. Tell your friends, guys.
I do think that helps. Like I'll share yours in my community post because you never know. Like those posts go out to people. So
yeah, I shared this one this morning through Discord and on my community post. So As soon as I saw it.
I'm seeing if this works. Nope. How do you share? What do you have to click to share a file from your computer? Is it share screen still?
You go to your files, pull up the file just like you'd be pulling it up, open it up, and then you share it, pull it up like you would anything else. I would imagine that's how I do it.
Well, that's what I got it open. Hold on. I've done this before, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm rusty. I haven't been on in a week.
Yeah, I don't what
Hold on. It's it's a file from my computer. It's not in my drive, I guess.
is it in your file, like your file explorer type thing, saved files?
Yeah, like my downloads,
Yeah, you should be able to just open it up like you would, and then you'll share the screen that you opened it up from onto this screen.
Yeah.
That's
Bear
how I do
with
it.
me.
Just go into the file itself, open it up, and then share to audience. Welcome, everybody.
I know. I'm sorry about this. I have everything like pulled up, ready to go.
You're fine, dear. You're doing wonderful. They understand. These people are amazing. They know that the technology gets us day after day. So
Yeah. Okay, that is not working. Apps and videos.
you have one or two screens.
Is it untitled? That's not that.
Today, guys, we're going to be looking at the big white box. Today, this big white box I found, it was all by itself over here. I'm just kidding.
Oh, wait a minute. You got to do window. I think I got to do window. There we go. That one.
Yeah, now you just open that up if that's what you wanted to do.
Oh, I already had it open. Do this one.
Yeah, click the one that you have open.
Yeah, I already have it open. Oh, it's still installing. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, this takes forever to open up.
Oh, I had it open. I was so prepared. But anyways, so we're going to look at those markings on the end table. Is it showing?
If you'd have told me that, I could have just shared that to you, and I have it over here. Broke down and everything. Tomboy sent it to me. She put it all together in the separate, all the pictures together to make one.
Yeah.
It looks pretty wild.
I thought I had this opened and ready to go. I didn't know it was going to give me a hard time about sharing. That's infuriating.
Here, I'll share it to you, and then you can just
Okay.
pull it up real quick, because this is truly it's wild to me, guys. I don't even know how to explain what my thoughts are on this. All right, hold on 1 minute, Miss Kim. Let me pull this over here. And
so then when we look at it, so this expert that I listened to, she's a blood analyst person, and she said, oh, those are just from the swabbing. Those are from the forensic people going in there and swabbing. And I was like, that's an awful lot of swabbing. It looked like to me. So I thought, okay, well, I want to go to like an expert. So you shared it. Okay, let me take that down and put this up. There we go. Okay.
She took all the photos and she put them together. She did an amazing job. So this is what comes out of that when you put them all the slides together, okay? And overlap them and line it up.
And these are all on the leg of the table, I believe.
The nightstand, yes.
The nightstand. So they would be vertical. You have to look at it horizontal. But you can see there's a lot of swooshing motions going on in that sample. And I know there's a lot of shows that are like talking about what do you see? What do you think like that? That's not what I personally want to do here, but I'm just like, I thought it was a reasonable thing to think that, if you're struggling for your life and wanting to maybe leave a message or something, but
absolutely.
So I found a national, he's going to say who he is, forensic person that does this kind of stuff. and tell us how they do it. And he mentions those boxes. Remember those boxes that we saw with you guys,
Yeah.
the swab boxes?
Yep.
Wait a minute with this. They were dated January.
22nd.
Yeah, January 22nd. Wait till you see what he says about that. Oh my God.
More than a month after the murders were committed, which is insane to me, but hey, who am I?
Uh-huh.
All
right.
I don't know nothing.
Whoops. NFA instructor. I know you can't see it yet. I'm getting there.
It's okay. Take your time. We ain't going nowhere.
Don't you get I get that panic, like dead air, dead air, dead air. Don't want dead air. Sorry, you guys. All right.
That's why I'm always talking when I'm live, no matter what.
There we go. I will make it full screen. All right.
National Forensic Academy, and we're in the controlled environment of a laboratory, but we're going to demonstrate collection of biological evidence. Now, biological evidence could be semen, saliva, blood, or other bodily fluids. For demonstration purposes today, we're going to discuss the collection of blood. Given consideration to touch DNA, which is a very sensitive DNA testing, when you grab gloves out of the box, you should always try to grab the base end as opposed to the fingertips and avoid touching those if possible. So you grab from the bottom end of the glove and put them on. That hopefully avoids getting your DNA on the fingertip portion of the glove that you're going to be touching evidence with. Another consideration would be to have 2 pair of gloves on. So the first pair of gloves will be what you may use to write your notes with, or if you have to take a phone call in the crime scene, you could always use that first layer of gloves for that type of stuff. And then if you're going to do evidence collection, you actually go to a second pair of gloves with the same idea in mind. If possible, grab from the base end of the glove.
You guys remember all the body cam footage that we saw of the forensic teams outside, and the lady dropped the glove on the ground and she picked it back up? And do you think that they put on their gloves this way? Did they put on 2 pairs of gloves?
Oh my God, no, you know better than that now. Come on. These people are a joke. These people are a joke.
Well, so, we're doing this horrible thing by looking at what the police are doing, and we're looking at an expert here, a national expert, telling us the right way things should be done.
Shame on us for wanting to be good people and do the right thing. It's so horrible, Kim. I don't understand. Why are we like this?
I know. And going to a real expert to learn about it. How dare we?
I know. Pathetic.
This is ideal for personal protection as well, because once you've got 2 pair of gloves on and you've collected a sample, you simply take the outer layer off and discard that, and you still have a pair of gloves on in the crime scene, so that you're not contaminating anything, or more importantly, not getting contamination on yourself. So there's really 3 different types of stains we're going to talk about in this presentation, although in real life situations there's several.
Have you seen officers do that before? Like when you respond to a scene, are they gloved up like that in a bloody crime scene? Oh, I'll ask him when he comes back.
I do it. We've done it. We do it a lot. And yes, I have.
Just because we watch them walk around the house with bare hands and like run their hands all up and down the railings and all of that stuff.
I've seen our police officers do it, and we personally, EMS, we do it ourselves. 2, sometimes 3 pair of gloves, because they rip easy for certain things and needle pokes and stuff like that. So we'll throw sometimes 3 on if you can get them on.
Yeah. This was funny. Senor said, I know what the table leg says. It says, don't forget to identify the unknown DNA. That's a good one, Senor. That's a good one. There was one more comment I saw.
He's a police officer. Ask him if if that's their or he was. I'm sorry, if that was their their regular regiment wearing dual pair of gloves.
Yeah, I love like you had Troy on yesterday, like
Mhm.
getting that fireman's, or was he EMS too?
He did both. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
fireman,
yeah,
medic.
yep.
It was nice.
Getting
I liked having him out there because I can say whatever I want to you guys, and that's fine. But to have somebody come up and reiterate the same things I've said, that kind of puts it and it steals that it's real. You know what I mean? So,
Hello, Sasha Rogers. The investigator should have took your direction and went to a professional. Right.
yeah, I'm saying, isn't it?
All right. So let's see what he's going to say about these boxes.
Several other, there's things like touch DNA, and several other situations where you may be asked to collect biological evidence. For demonstration purposes, first we're going to discuss the collection of wet blood stains.
Oh, here we go.
For that, the first thing that you're going to want to do is fill out a swab box. Swab boxes are commercially available. They're very nice for containing the swabs that you've collected the samples with. And it's easiest if you'll fill out the information on the swab box, such as a case number, and then go into the collection of the sample itself. The information that you should put on a swab box is the case number, the date. Some people prefer to put the time of collection, and your name and item number at a minimum.
At a minimum.
Once you've filled out the swab box,
which is probably what they would do.
Go ahead and close the one end and prepare it for collection. It's always recommended to use prepackaged sterile swabs. Some of them come packaged in one, some of them come packaged in two, but this should be done as opposed to the large boxes that contain a group of just open swabs. We always want to make sure that we're gloved up with fresh gloves in between each sample. Since this is one stain, we can go ahead and collect them with using swabs in one hand. The idea in mind here is to get as much on the swabs as possible. So twirling them around to make sure that they're fully covered is ideal. Because these swabs are collected from the same sample, they can be packaged together.
Look at how small the Q-tips are.
If the situation is you've got this wet of a sample, a lot of times what you want to do is dry it first. And there's many different methods of setting up a drying chamber or whatever. This is simply one of them. So once you've got the swabs dried, they're then packaged into the box. And the box is then placed into paper packaging of some sort, either a sack or an envelope, sealed up and labeled. In between each item of evidence, always change gloves.
So do you think Moscow did anything like that? Or do you think they reached into a giant box of 1,000 swabs and said, here, these aren't contaminated, use these? And then, you saw they sat there. They were dated on the 27th. When did they swab them? What did they, this is so offhanded to me. It's crazy, Kim. Like, this is absolutely the right way to do these things.
And the box of, the boxes we saw in the photo were there were a lot of them stacked together.
Dated for well over a month after the crime. So
I don't understand that because I watched a news clip that they talked about they were in there for like 4 days processing the scene or something, or maybe they were there on day 4 and they were still in there.
It took a total of 9 days to process the entire scene, and that's something that we'll probably get into later on. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense. None of it. I think we've seen much of this, Kim, where they're doing something. Okay, again, I always go back to the the thumbnail, the thumb drive that was handed off to Gunderson, and he tossed it on his dashboard and said, "Oh, that's small. That's probably going to get lost." And instead of walking to the back of his vehicle, every cruiser has a little thing in the back of the cruiser that has all their stuff in it. It has evidence bags. It has things like this. All this stuff. They have it there. They don't use it there. They're so lazy. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
And this right here, just something this simple, you guys, could make the biggest difference in a case. This could be contaminated DNA that they didn't swab it the way they were supposed to, and it screws the whole thing up. That's exactly what could have happened here. I'm just saying.
Exactly, because a lot of their samples were unreadable, like they weren't useful. They couldn't get it. They couldn't determine anything out of it. I mean, do you think they changed their gloves in between every single swab they did?
They didn't even have gloves on, some of them, for that most part. We saw that. They weren't wearing booties, some of them. We don't even know who was forensics, who wasn't, who was this, who was that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Every bit of what they did was absolutely unprofessional and severely disorganized. And just, I'm sorry to stop, but I just wanted to point that out.
No. That's what I wanted. That's what I totally wanted to do. And I was just surprised that, I mean, do I still think that the swabbing could make those marks? Yes.
Sure.
I was expecting a larger swab. That looked like a normal Q-tip size to me. Talking about the swab part, I mean, the stick is it is a lot longer than a Q-tip, but and he just kind of stayed in one spot, swirled it around. Do you think they would find it necessary to swab all up and down? Maybe. I don't know. That whole...
Why would you need to do all of that, though? You get one good roll with the Q-tip. You have enough. That's all you need. You know, soak it real good. One roll. That's all you need. And that's it.
Yeah.
Unless they have multiple swabs from that same spot. But still, even then, I don't think you would need to do all of that. You know what I mean? It's kind of odd.
Yeah. And when I was looking at... go ahead.
No, I was just clearing my throat. I'm sorry.
Oh, when I was looking at the blood sample stuff, that when we were looking in Xana's room and where she was near her in the bed, and we saw looked like streak hand marks or whatever on the floor, that area, they did swab that, and it was just her. I was looking at the forensic reports to see something else. So
gotcha.
Because I was curious of all the samples they collected, how many were actually tested and found something.
Right. And see, this is sad, you guys. Like, we're only just a few minutes into this video, and we've already seen issues with what should have probably been done that we almost positively know wasn't. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's kind of sad.
Yep.
So now we're going to discuss collection of blood stained items where the blood is already dried, which will be the case most of the time. In this scenario, again, fill out the swab box with the pertinent information.
What did he say he's doing next? Because we might not need to watch this. I don't know.
Dried blood, basically, on surfaces of things.
We'll get past the opening.
Stain is dried. We're going to need to collect it using a little bit of water. So,
that's interesting.
Some sterile water, either distilled water or sterile water that can be purchased in pre-packaged like this. 1 to 2 drops of water is all that's needed on the swab, because if you put too much, you will be diluting the sample and lessening the chances of getting DNA back in the laboratory.
Oh, interesting.
I can almost guarantee you that they didn't do something like that.
Well, I was thinking, how many of those marks on the half wall, on the beer pong table, And we kept saying, that looks watered down. That looks watered down. That looks watered down. I mean, and when he said, oh, you don't want to put too much, you'll ruin the sample.
Yep.
It could go either way. They didn't do it.
Yeah, Becky just said they probably over diluted it, which I would not doubt it, you guys. They're probably rushing through, doing this, doing that. And we saw them in video. There was a video posted on the news in still photographs. They were, when forensics was there testing all of that area right there.
Yeah. I mean, it's just information for us to keep in mind when we see things.
Helps us understand.
Again, because we're going to collect from one particular stain, these can be done at the same time. The idea in mind is to concentrate as much of that blood on the surface of the swab as possible.
Oh, they're actually taking it off.
And even though that was a relatively small area, you can see that by doing that method, you can get quite a little bit of blood on there, and even some more on the opposite side as well. Once that's done, you want to place it back into the swab container, close it, and package this into a separate paper packaging, either paper or an envelope. We're going to move on to collection of a biological stain that's very small in nature. If you have a very small blood stain, for example, that you need to collect, in order for the laboratory to have the best chance of getting DNA, you're going to want to concentrate the blood on the end of just one swab.
You notice he's changing his glove every single time.
So in this scenario, we have several different, very tiny in nature stains. Many of these are less than 1 millimeter in size.
Hi, Astastic. Hello. Hi, Momo Speaking. Inside your bones. Hello.
Welcome, everybody.
So this time, instead of using 2, we're going to use just 1 swab. We're going to make sure that we don't put very much water on it, so just a single drop. And I'm going to concentrate it at the end. Now, what you want to be careful and do is always keep the water a little bit away and drop it down onto the swab, so that if you're using sterile water like this for several different samples, you're not actually touching it to the.
How much you want to bet they missed? They missed the swab and it went right onto the blood.
I wouldn't doubt it. And completely dilutes the whole thing. I wouldn't doubt it. Like Keystone Cop.
Every time I think of a mistake like that, I want to say Ford Prius. Ford Prius.
Yep. That's all you got to do is look at that right there, and that tells you the whole story.
Yeah. And just to answer this, yes, the swabs are labeled. The box is labeled January 27th. Did you say 7th?
Yeah, 27.
23. I don't understand that. We'll talk about that when this is over, because that's crazy.
Unbelievable.
So we have a drop of water at the end of the swab, and we're going to just concentrate our sample there. Now, if you have a scenario like this where you have several different drops as part of the same pattern, you could collect those together. But if you're down to just even a single drop, you can see that you can concentrate blood on the end of that swab.
Now, what if
just doing that?
What if? Hold on a second, Kim. What if?
So again, same scenario. Make sure that the swab box is filled out prior to the collection.
What if there were multiple victims in this case? We're all on the same wall. There was spatter from multiple victims, and you're collecting all of that. How do you differentiate what's what and what's not? You know what I mean? That's the hard part. So that's when you're going to get a mixed sample, in my opinion. Okay. I'm guessing that's how they would find that mixed sample.
What do you mean? We're looking at a wall with lots of spatter.
Okay, say that, yeah, there's a wall with lots of spatter. There was 3 victims, we'll say, and each one of them was stabbed in that same vicinity. So each 3 victims' blood is on that same wall. You don't know whose is whose, so you're taking, your swab. So I'm guessing that's where you get mixed samples and so on and so forth in that aspect like that.
Yeah. Because that's what happened on the first floor stairwell, I think, in the half wall.
Ethan and yeah. Yeah.
I think. Yep.
It's just interesting now that I love this kind of stuff to watch how they separate. If you see like, oh, this shows this DNA, this shows this one, blah blah blah. Yeah, just saying, it's really interesting.
Thank you. I'm surprised that he's actually removing the whole blood stain off the wall or off that cup or whatever.
Yeah, right.
So we wouldn't even see it anymore after. That's something to keep our eye out. Like, do we see stains in one picture and then they're not there in another?
Right.
Or they look different later.
Right.
I do think I noticed that with the table. I do think that that table leg that we're talking about with the smears in it, I do think you can see it before swabbing and after swab. That's just my interpretation of what I'm seeing, but
Right. No. Yeah. Let me answer a question real quick, Kim, if you don't mind. Susan B621. It says, hi, Dago. I love you, but I'm confused on Willie. Yesterday, you showed picture 532 yet on DA. You said, okay. I didn't. That's Willie's picture. Susan, I told him that I was not comfortable showing it on my channel, and I won't show it on my channel. He doesn't care. He wants to show it on his channel for reasons. I was just his guest on his show. So I have no choice. It's his channel. You know, he does what he has to do on his channel, but I'm not comfortable he knows that too. That's why he did it on his channel. Because he wanted to talk about it on mine when he was there before. And that's his deal. That's his channel. He can do what he wants to do. I'm not comfortable showing it on my channel is what I was saying because of different reasons. So, but yeah, I was his guest. I don't make decisions on his channel, but that's exactly why. So that's all, dear. But thank you for asking.
yeah. Everybody has their own comfort level, convictions about their channel, things like that, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he wanted to put it out to because he wanted to present truth in that aspect. And like I said, I can't. I have a different feeling about that. And he respects that. That's why it won't be on my show and he'll do it on his. So.
Yeah, I understand that. It is public information. So, I mean, I ran into that because I've been reading the documents and I had to read the autopsy, like it's not the report, but it's like everything that they tested, all the body part. Oh, that was but I just thought, you know, and I had a discussion ahead of time, like how to do it, which I'm like, well, it's the document. It's how I just read it. I just did it.
Right.
It was a warning, but.
No, and I get it, Susan. No, it's not. I won't like two different things. It's two different channels. Like I have my own beliefs. He has his own, and I was his guest. So I just have to, it's what it is. So I still have the same belief though.
I just have to inside your bones. You're going to have 100-degree weather today. Oh my gosh. Let me know where you're at.
Throw that our direction, please.
That's crazy. We are in the negative temperatures here. We are in the Arctic tundra around here. All right. This is almost over. So let's just see how he ends.
Collection, build the swab box, and drop it in. Then package it into paper, never plastic, and label it and identify it.
All right. That's simple.
Welcome to Huberman Lab Essentials, where we revisit past episodes for the most potent and accurate.
Stop. There we go. I gotta get a mouse pad. Am I muted? Oh no. Okay. Let me see if these loaded yet. Nope. I am struggling. Anyways, I can't pull up the photo right now. There is a photo. It is photo number 187 in the latest batch 4 that they dropped. And oh wait, I wrote batch 3. I might be able to pull that one up. It shows all the swab boxes. It looked like there were like 20 of them stacked together, all dated January 23. And do you think they went back that late and went in there and swabbed? Like, what were they doing from the 13th to the 18th?
I don't know. And I wondered that myself. I was thinking that yesterday when we realized all that stuff. I was like, my understanding is that blood degrades after a period of time. You know what I'm saying? Like the viscosity obviously changes and all that stuff. But I may be wrong on this. Okay, I may be wrong, and if I am, my apologies. But my understanding is after a long period of time, certain things degrade within it, like the DNA viscosity, or not viscosity, but the I can't think of what I'm trying to say. Um,
Like
I
the
think
thickness
probably
of
was
it, you
that
mean?
maybe Wazowski would probably know better than me on this, or anybody in that aspect that's law enforcement. I would imagine that if you were to wait a month and try to go take a sample, a blood sample, that it's going to degrade to some aspect. I would think. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I don't understand. And if they waited that long, I can't imagine they did though. That doesn't make any sense. Unless they collected all of those, like the day, the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, or whatever, and then they just dated them all on the 27th when they put them all, they just tossed them all together in a pile or something, and then I don't know. I don't know, Kim. That's weird to me. I can't quite understand that either. I was struggling with that yesterday. Like, what the hell? I can't imagine that they could go back after what was that? Like what 15, 16 days later or more, maybe. I'm not good with math like in my head that quick, but and collect something. You have to scrape it first off, and then you'd have to do that whole thing with the water and douse it and this and that and everything else. I think that would be degraded, I think.
It totally wouldn't be fresh. I mean, that just
No.
doesn't make sense to me. Or why are they backdating it then?
That's another point. CAO said it does degrade, but I think you can find some DNA still. See, that's what I thought, that the DNA within the sample would degrade. And if you can find some DNA, that's good, but it's not as prominent as right then and there, that moment. That fresh sample would give you the most absolute you'd be able to get, I think. Okay, so there he is. Wazowski said, yes, it does degrade over time. And the longer it takes before collection, the greater the risk of. That's what I thought. When I read into that, that's what I thought. I can't say it.
Degradation.
Thank you. Thank you. Degradation. There it is. Especially under poor environmental conditions. That's what I was thinking, because I read an article about that once before, and then I saw that yesterday, and I was like, so we don't even know. Maybe that's one of the reasons why there wasn't such great examples of the DNA that was taken. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right. So in the new photos, it's on page 187. And I'm not going to be able to share it.
Why? What's the matter?
I can't.
What is it now?
It's not a big deal if I can't. I was just going to show the actual boxes, you know?
Yeah. Is it opening up or not opening up for you?
Let me see. Not screenshots.
I'm really starting to wonder if all the delays that went on were purposely done through the whole thing. Welcome, Grace.
Yeah, wait a minute. It does say share. What is share to what? No, I'm not going to mess with this right now. Figure it out later. All right. Well, I just wanted to point that out. I mean, no need to belabor it, but after seeing that, what are your guys' thoughts about that table?
I'm glad you played that. That's good to know. Those things are important in my opinion.
Yeah. It could be. It could be what it is. I don't know if I'm 100% convinced, but
well, I mean, we don't know 100% what happened here. Now, like I said, did they run around on the 13th to 14th and start swabbing everything and dropping it in boxes, and they never labeled it? They just took a bunch of samples and never labeled anything. And so then later on down the road, they're like, okay, let's label everything now, which is stupid, but is that what they did? Because there was so much going on.
I can't see them waiting. I can't see them doing swabs in January.
It
I
doesn't
just
make
can't.
sense.
And what's more likely, because we've seen evidence of post-dated reports not written till 6, 8,
Yep.
10, 12 months later. Was it one that I made laugh last night because I said, "Did you wait a year to write your report?"
Yeah, right.
What was
Yeah,
that?
exactly. They don't just like they didn't take, and I don't know what this means, but to me it's just off. But they didn't take Jack DeCour's fingerprints until May of this past year.
Oh my
4
gosh.
years later.
Yes, there's so many crazy things. Like they're in one of the most recent released document batches. There was a subpoena from the sheriff for
Mhm.
some weird name. Like I was like, who is that? And it was in the summertime. It was for in the summertime.
Yeah, this whole thing it's even worse. Like if we look at the technical edges of this, okay? We've looked at all the big stuff and it's a problem for us. But even like the things on the just around the outside of it, the technical side of things are wrong too. Everything about it's wrong. It's just all bad, guys, and I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I just don't call us crazy when we've seen all this evidence of things like this and then we're questioning things because it's literally in a photo. It's literally written in a document. We're not making it up.
Right. You can't.
I'm on one today about that.
No, I agree with you.
Okay. Well, I guess I am going to struggle because I wanted to look at the Sheath pictures. Let me see.
I'm just seeing
Wait a
the
minute.
brand new, beautifully
I don't need
polished
that.
sheath that they left there. Yeah.
Yeah, these open, so I'm gonna try to close some of my tabs and see if things will work
I don't.
faster, maybe.
Meg, can you drop Willie's a link in chat, please? What are you saying?
Wait, what
Tim?
are these? Oh no, these are docs. That's docs.
What's up, Kane?
Kane.
I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Bra guy.
So with the sheath, I can show
Thank you,
the
Meg.
report. Not that. This is it. Is this report 2? No. Oh my god.
Holy hell, everybody.
Here it is. Okay. All right. So they've got trace DNA on the sheath, and hopefully you've all seen the photos of where the sheath was on the bed. So what did you think about that? Where we saw where it was. What is this doing? What am I doing? Okay.
Well, first off, it was nowhere near, if that was the actual place that they found it, it was nowhere near where they said it was. Okay. If I remember the reports right. What's up, Buddy Bear? If the reports are right, they said they found it under her thigh, under the comforter. And I thought, and I could be wrong, but I thought it was in between the girls. Now, when we see what we see, it's sticking out on her left side, Maddie's left side, barely there, kind of almost dangling off the side of the bed, And it was up more. I think Wazowski said last night that it looked like it was placed up more like under her shoulder area or maybe like mid back or something. That's nothing like what was in the report, if you guys remember. So that's kind of odd to me. Not kinda, it's really odd to me. Sorry.
Very odd. And I have that because I was wondering the same thing. So let me
Right.
switch to this first because that makes sense. So, all right, this is our lovely Brett Payne. Share.
Exactly.
Did it switch for me automatically? Yay, it did. Okay. I did something quickly on here. All right. Now let me find it again. It is. Oh my God, these tabs. Here. Okay. So he said, I'm just going to skip down to that part. So this is the document. This is Moscow Police Department document 51. And he's describing when he arrives and he's walking through the house. So he says, well, let's listen to how he describes Xana's room too. So the stairs ended in a small living room. There was a sectional style couch along the east and south wall of the room. There was also a small TV in a void on the northeast corner of the room. I also saw a black backpack on the floor just east of the top of the stairs. Officer Smith then directed me down the hallway to the west bedroom on the second floor, which I later learned was Xana Kernodle's room. Just before this room, there was a bathroom door on the south wall of the hallway. As I approached the room, I could see a body, later identified as Kernodle's, laying on the floor. Kernodle was laying on her back with her feet facing the east and her head facing west. So I don't know north, south, east, west in that house. So I guess that's why I was confused. So east is towards the door.
Yeah. That's what I believe so, yes.
So they said the couch, because I know where the couch is. So they said the couch was east and south. I don't know. All right. Kernodle, she was in her underwear and gray sweatshirt. There was a large amount of blood on the floor around Kernodle as well. I mean, yes, we all saw that. I could see numerous wounds on her arms, hands, face, which appeared to have been caused by an edged weapon. And then just next to her on the west wall was a small white nightstand, which appeared to have been moved as it was pushed against the wall at an odd angle. Okay, so now we know that was not in its original spot, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says that there was blood on this nightstand in various locations. So he is pointing that out because that was something happened there. You and I were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
In that area between the bed and the...
Definitely, yeah. There's a lot of something going on over there.
In the end table. All right. So...
For sure.
All right. Then he talks about Ethan. I don't want to get into the graphic details. Well, let's get to the sheath. So... The only thing of note was the sheets on the bed. This is in Maddie's room. Oh, no, wait. Okay. You were talking about this yesterday about Kaylee's room, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's in Kaylee's room and he says, this room appeared neat and picked up. The only thing of note was the sheets on the bed were pulled back in a manner which suggested someone had been laying in the bed and then gotten out of it.
Yeah.
And weren't you kind of speculating about that?
I have always thought from the beginning, I've talked about that my theory was that Kaylee went to bed or was attempting to go to bed. Her and Murphy went in the bedroom. She's in the bed and maybe Murphy started scratching around the door, whining, sniffing, making some weird noises, or she heard something and she got up and went out the door, heard something at Kaylee's bedroom, which is literally, 7 feet from her door. Maybe Murphy ran that direction or because somebody's in there, or she saw and heard somebody and took off down the stairs and that person caught her. Maybe she caught that person in the midst of killing Maddie. She starts running and that person chases her down and around. And that's where when I come into play, what comes into play to me then is when we see that there's only her blood on the white table and on the half wall, there's her blood, so on and so forth, that maybe there was the start of an attack right there, possibly, or maybe in front of Dylan's door. and it just continued on around. And that's kind of what my thought has been on that whole situation, possibly.
Right.
And it would make sense as to why she's on the second floor and not the third. So thank you for joining us, Moonlight.
Yes, because that is that what you said, that her blood being in the living room could just be from the weapon itself, not necessarily from her.
No,
That would
well,
be
from Kaylee, like it's possible to me that in front of that half wall, maybe in that area there or by Dylan's door, that the person that was coming at her, yeah, it came off the weapon because they had already come at her and it got on the wall and on the table and so on and so forth, is what I'm saying. So
right. I'm trying to rationalize the whole someone, because it could be Xana or it could be Kaylee. She thought it was Kaylee, according to Dylan. Someone went up the stairs, then said someone's here, then went down the stairs. So if Kaylee's in her bed, that scenario doesn't, I'm trying to figure out how to make that make sense, but it could have been Xana that heard something upstairs that made her go upstairs. I mean, I don't know, because again, the blood evidence we're seeing on the second floor isn't matching this. I don't know. How do you make
yeah, but
how do you,
there's Kaylee's blood is on the white table, just her blood.
Mhm.
Kaylee's blood is on the half wall mixed with, I think it's Maddie's or somebody will, I hope Lucy's probably in here. She'll correct me.
Yeah, I
think
wanted to say hi, Lucy and Meg. Hello.
Yes. And thank you, Moonlight, for jumping and helping. Poor Meg was over here by herself moderating. And I was like, where the heck is everybody? And so Moonlight jumped in there to help her out. I'm sorry, Meg. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the mixture Kim was on the half wall. Was it? It was Kaylee and Ethan, correct? Or is it Kaylee and Maddie?
Kaylee and Maddie.
Okay, so that's
I'm
on the
pretty
half
sure.
wall here. So my thought would be that this person upstairs that Kaylee screams somebody's in the house, runs down the stairs based on Dylan's testimony, of course, had already attacked Maddie. So there's blood on the weapon there already. She's chasing Kaylee. They're chasing Kaylee. They attack her, so we get a blood mixture on the knife now. So we got blood on the half wall that's mixture of the two, but we also get Kaylee's blood on the table alone. So there's something that could have happened in that vicinity right there. And the weapons
Mhm.
being kind of bounced around and things are getting tossed. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
the problem with that is now also they found Xana's blood behind the bar
know.
cart. So
I
this
know.
is what I'm trying to what the hell's going on here? Hey, Fizzy.
I know. It's what we learned from the interviews, like what Dylan thinks she remembers that she heard, and how the officers write the reports and what was reported to them. And then looking at the blood evidence and where everything is, their scenario isn't very clear.
Right.
They don't get detailed into, all they say is Maddie and Kaylee are in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And one perpetrator went up there and did what they did, and Xana and Ethan are in their room, and one perpetrator went in and did what they did. And I don't think that matches what we're seeing. Let me know in chat. What do you guys think? Do you think their narrative matches what we've seen?
I'll be right back, Kim. I'm grabbing some more coffee.
Sure. Trying to see if there's, hey, Wade Bird, hello. Labs typo inside your bone says no. Hi, Wendy Wells, hello. My daughter's texting me asking about what's for dinner. What should I say is for dinner, you guys? Takeout, bring it home. Hi, Love Tina. Hello. My boys, K9. Love that. Hello. Shay Weaver. I hope I said that right. Hello. Turkey Greek Gal. Hello. CAO Kane. I know I put your comment up. I don't think I said hello. Fizzy. Buffalo Chick. Oh, you guys have great names. Great names. All right. Let me see. I wanted to show, that was the report. I don't think I can get the pictures. There was something else. Oh, report number 2. Report number 2 about the DNA. Let's see if I can flip over to that. They did not find fingerprints on the sheath. And I was like, I thought it was, if they're saying someone touched the sheath and left touch DNA, then how could you not leave a fingerprint? How could you not leave a fingerprint? And I probably said that in Dago's show the other day, and someone said, well, because of the amido black, but I don't think we've ever seen a picture of the sheath with amido black on it. That was the jacket. So the whole scandal with them not being able to get DNA because they didn't follow the protocol with that jacket, the green jacket with the pink flowers on it. That's the one that got ruined by the amido black. The sheath. So this is report number 2.
Hold on. There was photographs we saw of the sheath.
Correct.
Remember the first photos that came out with the sheath we saw, and it looked very super clean, and then it looked like it was dulled down. I think it was because they had dusted it for prints, or they had put amido on it at that point.
Oh,
remember?
okay. Yeah. Okay.
I thought, okay.
It could be,
see,
but
Lucy just said it too. Yeah, okay.
Okay, thanks you guys. All right.
I just
So
wanted to make
yes,
sure I
I
was right
do
on that.
remember. And you told me that yesterday too. Duh.
That's okay. There's too much to remember in this one. You know that.
We do. And just
That's the
God, I can't think of words
1.5.
today.
Thank you, Lucy. Yeah.
What'd she say?
That's the Q1.5.
Okay. Yeah, we make mistakes, and when we realize it, we correct it. That's it.
Mhm. That's why I said, hold on 1 minute, because I was trying to remember, but there's so much going on in this case, you guys. You got to understand.
So, but
Very
here's
hard.
what they officially wrote. And okay, so the original report came out, and a lot of it was redacted. And when it talks about the prints in report number 2, this is Tina Walthall or whatever. She's the person that is named with the printing of the sheath. Okay. So then in the when they released the forensic ones, the new ones, there's supposed to be more reports. Like when it talks about the prints, it says report to follow. So I went to her new reports and she doesn't address it that I saw. Let me know if I'm wrong.
I don't know. I don't think so either.
So right here, conclusions and interpretations. Item 1 was processed for latent prints. Okay, so it was. Item 1, no latent prints were observed or developed. Okay, so in the fine print here, that's talking about the blood. So this report is about the prints right here. Number 2, about the prints. But then when you go down here to the little notes, latent print analysis notes. Let me see if I'm reading this wrong. November 17th, they have a brown paper bag folded over and evidence taped. Okay. Item was examined by Stephanie Wilt while in my custody. Presumptive blood testing positive and samples for biology were collected by FS Stephanie Wilt. Trace samples were collected on Post-it notes and placed in a manila envelope that was then repackaged with item 1. The method used visual. Oh, that's the blood. Those are the 2 blood drops. Okay. Not the trace. You can't see the trace DNA. This is the blood drops.
Right.
Oh, wait, here it's talking about it. All right, here we go. Method 2. I don't understand this jargon, but right here, November 17th, powder magnetic. The result is NDP, which I don't know, probably we don't see anything. They used single-use powder. Okay. That's it. That's all we get so far as an explanation. So it's just, I don't know. How do you look at this strap? Is it showing up?
Well, let me ask you this before we go any further, real quick. Why did they tell us for 2.5 years that the DNA was on this, on the
Yeah.
inside of this, and then all of a sudden,
Yep.
now it's this?
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
Why? It's another what the hell and why in this case.
Yep.
Just saying. Sorry to stop you, but that's again, there's so many things that are wrong.
Well, look at this, Dago. Do you see blood drops with your eye?
Nope. I mean, you can blow it up maybe, but I don't
I'm
see anything.
trying. Yeah.
Oh, right
I'm
there.
moving.
Yeah, here and here.
Well, I think
Now I
it's.
do.
Are they up here?
Yeah, there's one up there that I think I see.
I know
Right
they were
there.
like tiny little needle marks.
Oh, like you can't see my cursor, but up towards the top, there's a couple little pin look like there's one. Yeah, right there where you just
Can you-
were, and then over towards the middle of the top of the sheath.
Over here.
Yeah, down towards right there. There's
Yeah.
one there.
Yeah.
There's one on the bottom here, but they're just these
I
are like
think
pin
so.
prick spatter dots, literally.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just curious to me that they don't come like, I don't know.
Well, what's curious
So
to me
then
is
if
that there's not more blood on it than there is.
Well, and it does make sense because if you look at where it was found on the bed, there's a photo of blood spatter on the mattress.
Right.
And so this was laying down, so that spatter, those couples, it does make sense that a couple spatter marks would get on there. So I'm not disputing that. Okay, that's all the photos from there. Yeah. But my point was, like you said, we kept thinking, if you were, it was on the snap, right? So you're snapping it. So you would get fingerprints. Because I mean, maybe you're doing it with gloves on, but I don't know.
Well, this is them we're talking about. That's why I think we doubt it. We shouldn't, but we do.
Don't you think that if it's trace evidence, so then that's not a print? Is it skin cells?
It's the trace DNA they listed was skin cells in essence is what it is.
Shouldn't that be attached to a fingerprint?
I would think.
I don't know.
How is it attached to a leather strap?
Yeah.
Or is it not that? Because now they're saying that before it was inside the button snap on the knife. Okay, on the knife sheath. Okay, that's fine. That's somewhat understandable. Okay, if it's inside that, okay, which is what we were told for 2.5 years, then sure, I can imagine a skin cell being stuck in that. Okay, but now they're telling us that it's on this strap.
More of a smooth surface.
I don't understand that. Something's not. It's obviously we know something's not right, but something just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that's not really a spot you would touch either. You're going to touch like I guess maybe with your thumbs on the inside. I don't know.
Right.
I know I'm psychoanalyzing, overanalyzing it, but
no, you're not. Well, I mean, pull up Lucy's statement real quick. Right underneath what Cowbell just did. By the way, thank you, Cowbell. It was very sweet of you to do that.
Yes, Cowbell. That's why I have that pulled up. I'm going to come right back to this generous donation. And what did Lucy say?
She says it does not make sense to think that Maddie was attacked first, then Kaylee, and after knowing how many strikes Kaylee received, that the sheath would be just hanging out there. That's exactly. It doesn't make any sense. It looks like somebody was like, you know what? Let's see. Yeah, that looks like a good place. Here, I'm gonna put right there. Have a good day. And that's exactly what it looks like they did. It don't make no damn sense, folks. None at all. With the night sheet. I don't
That
understand
is
it.
weird. Yeah. So what are this? How did it get there? So I'm holding my sheath in my hand because I'm getting ready to go in this room and do what I'm gonna do. And I don't know what I don't know what's going on in that room. And we
That-
talked about what a tight space it is. And I'm gonna maneuver around the bed and let me take the sheath off, hoping they don't hear me, right? So I can't make any noise if they're sleeping, because if they're not sleeping, they're seeing me as soon as I step in the room. So I'm gonna have a sheath on here, and they're gonna
Yeah.
react, and I gotta take the sheath off.
Now, I did say yesterday or day before, I think. Now, I will say this, okay? I kind of tried to come up with my own. I always try to give both angles on it. So, if that person went in the bedroom, was it going in there? Nobody else is in there but that person and Maddie to attack her. They take the knife out of the sheath. Okay. They kind of slide it up under her for a minute just to leave it there to do what they're going to do to her. And then Kaylee comes in the room and surprises them.
Yeah.
And then they have to chase her out of the room. And that is where it's forgotten.
And
That's when-
yes, that makes logical sense. That
that
makes
would make sense to me. But here's my question, though, Kim. Why did they lie to us about where it was and why it was there and how it was there?
I don't know, because
was like
even I'd have to go back and look, but when we listened to the hearings where the defense attorneys are bringing in their experts, they're all bringing in their experts. Weren't they all talking about the button snap?
Yes. Yes.
In court.
The button snap, not the strap, the button snap.
Right. It's crazy, you guys. It's crazy. All right, let me do my little thank you. And who did we say? Cowbell?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll do fireworks. Be prepared, everybody. That's the right one.
Yeah, I have a lot of issues about this sheet thing. It looks brand new. I tell you that now. It looks brand damn new. Like they just bought it off of Amazon, which we know they did do that. And they were like, "All right, guys, is this the right one? Here, take it to the scene, shove it in there, do your thing." And that's exactly what it looks like to me. I'm sorry, but it's and it wasn't seen. DA said last night, he was like, it wasn't seen until the second go by type scenario, like the second time around.
That's what I was pulling up. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in the middle of doing that and got distracted.
If that sheath is literally hanging out on the edge of the bed like it is on the outside of the body, how did you not see that the first time you went through there?
Oh, those officers that, well, do you think those officers went in the room?
I know they did. We watched them go in the rooms. On Nunez's body cam, they all went upstairs and they went in the room, looked and went and backed out.
Yeah.
So
And it's weird because he says, yeah. Okay. So let me just read this real quick. So I could see two females in the single bed in the room. The bed was situated along the north wall of the bedroom, and both females, later identified as Mogan and Gonzalez, were laying on their backs with their heads toward the east and their feet towards the west.
Right.
Which was also the direction of the only door into the room. Both Gonsalves and Mogan had numerous stab wounds and were covered. Okay, I also later noticed what appeared to be a tan leather knife sheath laying on the bed next to Mogan's right side when viewed from the door. Now, to me, this is accurate. It was on her right side if you're standing at the door.
Her right side, it would not be her right side though.
But he says when viewed from the door. Oh, wait, her right side. Oh my God, why do they have to write it like this? You're right.
That's what I was saying earlier. That's not Maddie's right side. That's Maddie's left side. That's the big issue I have.
I just think because when you look at the other officer who reports this, he says the opposite. He says left side when viewed from the door.
Yeah, Maddie's
No.
right side would be between the girls, under her thigh, under the thing, in between them. This is her left side. That would have been the outside of the bed.
Yeah.
They're lying.
This oh my God.
There's so much bullshit, Kim.
I mean, the whole entire time I did, no, you're okay. Visualize that it was in between them. And I don't know where I get these things in my head. It's probably like a talking point from the news or family or an interview. I don't know, but don't you remember hearing that it was in between?
I do 100%. And Lucy just made another point because I remember her bringing that up years ago about she thought Maddie was found on her stomach. Okay, this is what I'm saying. It's like they wrote this to play games with people. Okay, because it's not true. And then there's a statement in the Patterson book that Michael Koberger made stating that Sheath was not found when they said they did and where they said they did. What's true and what's not? That's the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. That Sheath was kind of hanging off though. The bed.
It looks like if you had bumped it, it would have fallen on the floor. You know what I mean?
We also heard it was partially under her leg.
And underneath the comforter.
Partially under the comforter, under her leg. And I thought it looked too high up on the bed to be where her leg would be.
That's what Wazowski said. He said, dude, that looks like it's under her, like her shoulder blade, or I said like middle back. Here, and it's definitely not underneath the comforter or the body. Okay. Right. It was just kind of like there. So
because if her head is, if you're laying on your bed and the end of your bed's here, it looked like it was found about this far down, maybe.
Roughly. I mean, the camera angle may screw it up a bit, but at the very least, that's not your thigh. Okay. You got to go all the way, the rest of the way down the body to be underneath the thigh. And it's on the wrong side of the body. And it's exposed to the work. Like anybody that would have went in that room would have seen that sitting there. Now, then there's the story about the forensic guy that found it when he pulled the blanket back. Remember that?
Oh, yes.
Which story is the true story, Kim?
Did forensics go in there before Payne?
No, I don't know. That's a question. Forensics
Noons and Warner's report
before my butt, whatever her name is, did. But did they or did they not? That's what we don't know for sure. Like,
so good question. Who asked me that?
Yeah, Lucy's right. Like all things in this case, there's at least 3 statements, all contradictory to the other statements for every single point. She's absolutely right, you guys. It's 100% what happens every time.
I know I saw 2 of them for sure. And I have videos where I'm reading these documents. And so Wade Bird just asked, what about Noons and Warner's reports? Even Gunderson, right? They all walked through the house, right? Mm-hmm. So they should have made statements about it. Someone did. There's at least one other one that I read, and that's the person that said the opposite. So that's why it's all confusing.
Yeah, Right Turn Clyde just said if the sheath wasn't planted, maybe it was dropped when Kaylee was moved to the bed. Again, there's no way to know if that's true or false, but that's a good point. How do we know?
Even Ann Taylor said placed. The place.
She did.
She did say that. So what would make her say that?
Because she knows the truth, in my opinion. And she knows that damn thing was not where they said it was. The way they said it was. I'm just saying. Kaylee was not in the corner. Kaylee, they said that Kaylee was sitting up in the corner of the bed. That came from Steve and Christy. Okay. And from what we saw earlier on, she wasn't. Okay.
No, I don't think there's evidence of that in the photos. I mean,
No, it showed that she was down, like kind of laid down and kind of wrapped in a blanket a bit, like a sheet, kind of. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So what is right? There's like 3 answers to everything. It's like multiple fucking choice. Excuse me, but it is. You know, what was this happen? If they pick A, B, or C? Any one of them could be right.
I mean, there is what did make sense to me was that there was evidence on, if you're looking at the corner, there was evidence on this wall and this wall. So if she was in the corner, like that
Maybe
is there.
It's
And
something.
then, and like we're seeing the pillow down, but that could have got moved. So I don't know. I try to like give them the benefit of the doubt when I can, but
every time we do
everything,
that,
everything can't be, everything can't be a conspiracy. Everything can't be
right.
Wrong. And I feel like
Hey, Glitch. Good to see you, Glitch. Good
I don't
seeing
know
you.
if you lose some credibility when you're seeing everything that way, but I don't know. I'm just trying to like stay on the track of just what are the things that can lead us or look at these documents and where's the truth in all this. But there's so many contradictory things, like you said.
No,
yeah,
like, really, honest to God, there's their statements, there's our statements, there's the truth in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. We talked about the weapons last night too. And I do
I've
think
always
that
said that. Yeah, I've always said that, Paco. Always.
well, I said it was a machete culture out there. Like they were
their choice for them. Yeah.
Evidence of that.
Right. What's your breaking news, Twiz? Good to see
Where's
you,
Twiz? Hi,
Good to see
Christy,
you,
Nevada.
Yeah, they did show those a lot. They did. Everything MPD
Was-
said. Breaking news, you guys. Everything MPD said was
Breaking
bullshit.
news, Twiz.
Thank you, Twiz. We appreciate that.
I have missed you, and thank
There's
you
the
for
facts
coming
right
on.
there.
I always give him a hard time. Where are you when I'm live?
It's good
I'm
to
so
see
happy
you.
you're here. Hope you got some sleep last night.
Oh, Miss Christie's here. Good to see you, Christy.
You would have never known.
I'd have never known if it wasn't for him. Thank you, Twiz. This is why we love you, bro.
Yeah. All right. So the last thing that I want to end with is when Troy came up on your panel last night and we were talking about look at you guys. Sorry. Mom, what's for dinner?
You guys are awesome. That's great.
Look at her.
Tell her you want her to make steak again.
I'm dead.
That's awesome. Mom, what's for dinner?
She's not gonna like what I write.
She knows that's how to get to you. It's to come in here and find you.
This is a classic. Has this ever happened on a live before? That is so funny. I have to get super chats for
yes, tell her whatever she chooses to make.
Answers. Right. Oh my gosh, she is too funny.
Twiz said that $5 should have been used for takeout.
He said what?
He said that $5 should have been used for takeout.
Oh, right. Yeah.
She's silly. I love that.
Maybe I'll make Puerto Rican rice. Sorry, you guys. Time out for my child.
What's in Puerto Rican rice? That sounds interesting. Is it like Spanish rice?
It's in Spanish. It's called arroz con dulces, and it's like it's just white. Like I'll cook the meat first and in the same pan, so it gets really flavored. Just white rice, but you put all the Hispanic seasonings in it, and these pigeon peas. They're just little like a type of a bean thing. Yeah. So it's got meat and the beans.
That sounds good.
Just the flavor is just awesome.
It sounds really good.
Yeah. Sorry for that, you guys.
That's how we do it. I do it in my kid all the time.
Life interruption. But I was saying we were talking about protocols through the lens of EMS and the
Mhm.
first responders to the scene, right? And when we got off, I was really that really hit me about the 911 call.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna listen to it and stop it as we go to or wait, what did I have first? We knew there was a 911 call before they released the 911 call, correct?
Oh, yeah, yeah. If you go back to, I think it was one of the first interviews that Steve and Christy did. They did it. The one that they did where Steve said, "I don't want to have to be the alpha," all that, sitting in front of MPD with the one reporter. I can't remember his name, but the reporter said there at that point, he let it slip about the 911 call that somebody from within the house made the 911 call, meaning one of these surviving roommates, so on and so forth. So that was put out way back then. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna look at this. So it's very interesting to listen to what these reporters asked
Definitely.
before we actually heard it. So they're like, okay, there's a 911 call. We're at a press conference. Listen to what they ask, and we'll talk about it as we go. So tell me to stop it when you want me to stop it.
Getting is there's not a threat to the public. And earlier I heard you say you can't be sure that there is no threat. I just want to clarify what your stance is on that at this time.
So we still believe it's a targeted attack, but the reality is there's still a person out there who committed 4 horrible crimes. So I think we got to go back to there is a threat out there still, possibly. We don't know. We don't believe it's going to be to anybody else, but we all have to be aware of our surroundings and make sure that we're watching out for each other.
Okay. And then one other.
So if they thought it's one person, one rando that's going to be, a serial killer already, or, that type of situation, which they've said pretty much all along, right?
Right.
Why not come out? I mean, we know because they're protecting the university or whatever, but
Sure.
I don't know. They were just so wishy-washy about that.
Follow-up. I know you said when the call came in, it was for an unconscious person, and also that was a stabbing. It seems, just from an outside perspective looking in, like that would be not the first thing a person calling in would think.
You're right. But the report that we got was that it was an unconscious individual. It wasn't until our officers arrived on scene, went in to do caregiving check on the individual who was unconscious, that we found the scene that we found.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Not completely true, though, because Nunez knew when he arrived on scene, which is why he stepped it up and grabbed the AED, that the person that was there was not breathing. Okay, so that's not 100% true what he just said. So
yeah, and even these reporters are like, wait a minute, there was a massacre and they're calling in for an unconscious person? And
exactly.
That's confusing enough. That is suspicious enough. But then when we're going to go back and actually listen to the 911 call, it gets worse.
Yeah.
It gets worse. I don't know how many more of these questions I'm going to listen to, but let me see a couple more.
Yeah, it definitely gets worse.
Hi, Heather Roberts with ABC News. Just to follow up on what she asked. So the other 2 roommates were there at the time of the attack?
All the information that we have from our investigation is that, yes, they were.
Okay, but they were unhurt.
That is correct.
So is there any explanation as to why it took so long then for someone to call 911? You have surviving witnesses to an incident at 3 or 4 in the morning, and the 911 call didn't come until noon?
I don't think I ever said that they were witnesses. I said they were there. So, we don't know why that call came in at noon and not in the middle of the night. Would have we loved for that to have happened? Yes, but that's not how it took place. So
All right. I think this is telling with hindsight.
Big time.
With hindsight, because he's being very vague.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were there, but not like, oh, they were there sleeping all night, or based on our investigation, I can tell you they were there. However he said it.
Right.
It's almost like I'm giving myself an out. Like I'm not going to say 100%, well, based on our investigation.
He's done that though. He always did that from the beginning.
And then when she calls them witnesses, he kind of backs up a little bit.
I never
and
said
is
they were
like,
witnesses.
well,
Yeah.
I never said they were witnesses. So is he
Mhm.
like, well, they were there because someone else is going to ask in a few minutes about them being there in the morning. And he clearly says yes.
The reporter knew what they were. These reporters know how to ask these questions. They know what they're doing. They're not stupid by no means.
Right. But to me, I'm picking up on vagueness and avoidance when
Yeah.
talking about the nighttime.
Yes.
And I'm picking up directness when talking about the morning.
Yeah. Very
So,
much so.
see if you guys agree in chat when you hear this. Is Glitch DNA Labs around? Did I miss?
Yeah, she's in here. She's on your side.
Brian Eaton wasn't on the case yet.
Yeah, we didn't have all the created standards made up because of him yet. So good
Right.
point.
Oh my God, that's great. And hi, Audrey.
that's why we're investigating everything still to try to pull all the pieces together.
Were they one of the people? Were they the 911 caller?
At this point in time, I'm not going to divulge who our 911 caller is, just because I want to keep the integrity of the investigation at this point. Okay.
Okay. And last question.
Okay. Based on the conversation that was going on last night, like trying to hypothesize scenarios and things like that.
Right.
There's some theories about why they might not want to let the public know who the 911 caller is. Why? How is the 911 caller the integrity of the investigation?
It's not. It's not by any means whatsoever. That's one of the dumbest things they ever said. One of the dumbest.
Yeah, unless you want to keep your 911 caller safe.
Yep. Which we're going to get into today for sure on my show.
Good. This will be a good segue for that.
Definitely.
Awesome. All right. So I'm not going to play any more of this interview, but those were like some main key points that they were keeping the 911 caller safe. I think we forget all these little things that they did along the way. Wouldn't come out and really, like I said, being vague about the nighttime with the roommates, but then being like, oh yeah, they were there in the morning.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. We'll end with this and discuss it as we go.
11:55 a.m. 42 seconds, November 13, 2022. 911 location of your emergency. Hi, something is happening. Something happened in our house. We don't know what. What is the address of the emergency? 1122.
Did you ever? So this is the part where she says, "No, don't. No, don't." Did you? What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not sure. I've never been able to put that together. She says that's Bethany that's on the phone. Then you hear Dylan in the background. No, don't. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. Like, I don't know. There's something. Again, we obviously know that they were lying, crooked, all sorts of stuff. Is she saying no, stop? She's blue. Maybe. I'm telling you, they were in that house. They were upstairs. They were in Xana's room. They knew they were dead, period.
Well,
So
this is what I'm trying to make sense of, because I thought they called 911 because Hunter told them to call 911.
yeah,
But they are already on the phone with 911 while Hunter's in the house. So
The second
they
time, yeah.
supposedly, right?
Yep.
So they supposedly don't know anything about the condition of their roommates, but they are calling 911.
Right.
And the first thing they say is something happened in our house last night.
But we don't know what.
Well, they shouldn't know anything because Hunter has not come out to tell them anything yet.
They should have never known anything other if they're trying to play into their narrative. What she says is something happened in the house last night, but we don't know what. Okay. But you're calling for somebody that's passed out. Make up your mind. Okay. There's the first part of the bullshit. Then she tries to recreate the narrative in the call by saying pretty much at 4 a.m. they wouldn't let her do it. That's what she kept trying to get that out there. She was trying to tell her story. And if you notice, she tells this story to everybody. Okay. Jack Decor walks up. She goes into full theatrical mode. Blah, 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 blah. This is what happened. She tells the police officer, this is what happened. She tells this person, this is what happened. Then she tries to make sure to include Bethany in it. What was that again, Bethany? Blah, blah, blah. No, the whole time she's trying to create this narrative and she's not able to do it the right way. And it's like she's going into every aspect of her being involved is her creating this damn narrative like she was told to do, in my opinion. Okay.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's very evident to me watching it. It's ridiculous. So,
yes. That whole scenario you just said has always been evident to all of us, I think.
yes.
But really now having this hindsight and going back and listening to each portion of it, I'm having more clarity about what was going on. So like this first part is, how are they even knowing to call? Because the only thing they know at this point is that no one's answering their texts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
wouldn't call 911 just because, like, my daughter's not calling 911 because I didn't answer her text.
Right. Of course.
That is a perfect
I said that
example.
before, that you would have to know more about that situation to go forward in that direction, in my opinion. And that's why I believe, I know they went through the house. I know that there's so many other things I had to say, but I'm not going to say it yet. They know. They absolutely know. They know everything, okay, in my opinion. So therefore, in turn, this is all part of creating this narrative from the beginning, and she wants to ensure that she's doing it. I think part of the phone calls that Dylan deleted and the text messages between her and her daddy is part of that narrative, possibly, okay, and part of that direction was given to her via those phone calls, possibly.
Well,
and same with Bethany.
There has to be a reason. There has to be a reason of why they called 911 when they did. And if it's not because you know anything happened to your roommates, because you don't, you're not supposed to at this point. If the narrative is true, Hunter hasn't told you anything yet.
Say it was an accident.
What's another option? You were told to call at this time, or you were told to wait till a certain time.
Well, you mean for real, or for the reason why?
Why they called when they did? Why did they call?
I'll be honest with you. I think that was the plan. I think that they were directed. Let me put it this way, okay? This is just my opinion, folks. Don't take this as fact, but my opinion is that they were directed to do certain steps, okay? get a hold of people, get them over here so you have witnesses to the situation. That happened. Then he goes in and does his whole thing. Okay. And I'm not saying that I think that he knows their story. I think that he was just part of their story, that they brought him in. They had to have these witnesses here for this situation. So they go in, they go through the whole realm. And I could be wrong. I'm just saying they do the whole thing. Call 911. Okay, now it's time to call 911 because they anticipated, whoever was directing this anticipated that was going to happen. So they do. And then, you know, that's how it all plays out. And that the whole thing was is on your, while you're on 911, you need to tell them, you know, at 4 a.m., I hear this, this, and this. I don't know what's going on, but this is what I heard. Part of narrative building. That's a whole thing. I think that's how they were directed to do it.
Right, because they're not, when you're calling 911 for help, you're getting right to the point. You want help to get there as fast as possible. 911, where's your address? 1122 King Road. My roommate's passed out and please send an ambulance. You know, my roommate's not waking up. My roommate's not my roommate. That's all we should have heard is my roommate. But that's, we hardly heard that at all.
And I think that's what the 8-hour period of time, Kim, I think it took that long to come up with a good scenario, how do we have to handle this? How are we going to handle this? So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Lucy's right. There is no accurate description of the scene. So.
Right.
You know, there's so much more that happened between the actual time of the crime and noon the next day. There's so much more that happened that we don't know.
Yeah, that we don't know.
We'll never know. Okay. And if we could have been a fly on the wall, oh my God, is all I'm saying. There's so many things that went down in that period of time, probably with so many other people that we don't even realize were involved in this situation. But it did happen. I'm telling you guys, it had to have happened for this to play out the way it did.
Yeah, there's something. That's why they want to keep a lot of stuff hidden. But I think something we'll see something, in my opinion. But
my opinion is that somebody's going to slip up. Somebody's going to either flip out, nervous breakdowns, slide out. You know, somebody's cheese is going to slide off their cracker and they're being, I'm done. I can't handle this anymore. And it's going to come out. Okay.
Yeah.
Or somebody else is just going to come out and say, look, I'm sick of this shit. This is what happened. End of story. So.
Yeah, could be.
What is the rest of the address?
Oh, Kings Road.
Okay. And is that a house or an apartment?
It's a house.
Can you repeat the address to make sure that I have it right?
I'll talk to you guys. We live at the White, so we're next to them.
I need someone to repeat the address for verification.
The address, 1122 King Road.
And what's the phone number that you're calling from?
What? 3731.
And tell me exactly what's going on.
One of the roommates is passed out, and she was drunk last night, and she's not waking up.
Okay. No one wants to talk on the phone. Why don't they want to be the one to be talking to 911?
Because they don't trust themselves to lie and not mess it up, in my opinion. Just saying.
Or they don't want to be known as the one that called. I know that was something that got brought up.
Yeah, I think they were nervous about telling the lies, truly. Maybe
yeah.
some guilt.
I would be. Yeah, if you're not normally that type of a person.
Right.
Yep. No one wants to talk. And then listen to the way, and this was was this Emily talking right now? I'll talk to you guys.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because I haven't really found anything with Emily. Like I just always, I don't know. I get good vibes from her. Like I thought she gave a good interview. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But even she gets on and she kind of sounds like, I'll talk to you guys. Not like we're calling in an emergency on 911. And maybe she just didn't, maybe she thinks, oh my God, they call us over here all the time. This is ridiculous. Why are we calling 911? We never find anything when you call us over here. And then she's like, and then, how does she say? One of their roommates is unconscious. Is that what she says?
Yeah. She starts to say then she says one of the roommates is unconscious. Or they're saying that's Josie speaking, not Emily.
Okay. Well, then that makes me feel better because I don't think Emily would do that.
I don't know, but okay. Yeah. It can make
Josie.
sense.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And again, okay. One of our roommates, whatever, is unconscious. How do you know that? How do you know that at this point? I don't think they could, is why I wanted to go through this. So let's see.
Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah.
Don't forget to tell them about the guy.
Hi,
And are you with the patient? Okay, I need someone to keep the phone, stop passing it around.
Can I just tell you what happened pretty much?
What is going on currently? Is someone passed out right now?
I don't really know, but pretty much at 4 a.m.
Okay, I need to know what's going on.
Okay, right there, you guys. I don't really know.
That's she's pushing that narrative like she can't wait to get it out. Okay.
So I think this is the reason why the reason she's calling 911 is because she saw a guy in the house last night, which to me is code for I know what happened last night.
Sure. What's up, Outcast? I agree with you.
Hey, Outcast.
I
Even if
fully
you're
agree
in Dago's channel, hello. Yeah, they are not calling because of one of the roommates. They are calling, in my opinion, from what I see, they are calling for what happened last night.
Well, they have to, though. They have to get it on record, Kim, that something happened and that they don't know. That has to be on record, too. They don't know what it was, but they knew something happened, and that has to be on record.
Lucy, listen to the 911 call. Hunter's in the house. They haven't spoke to Hunter yet. They don't know that Xana's passed out or unconscious, right? This is the way I'm reading into this. I don't know. We can disagree, but what I'm hearing is they're calling 911 while Hunter's in the house. Yes, they have. Well, Lucy, I'm just going based on the 911 call, not what we think we know. Like, we can all think that they already went up and explored the house and they already know. I get that. But they're trying. What's up?
You're being sarcastic about it then in that aspect. Based on what we already know, you're just saying what they're doing. Is that
I'm just going by what we're seeing. No speculating.
Okay,
I'm speculating based on what they're allowing us to see and hear.
Right.
Like,
I got you.
We can think, yeah, they've already been through that house and they know everything.
No, right.
You know?
I understand. Yeah. Gotcha. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, Kim. Keep going. No, I can hear it.
Sure. Thank you, Witchy was. Why did dispatcher not bring up Narcan protocol? Well, in my opinion, I don't think she knows what's going on. All they keep saying is unconscious, right? Close your ears, you guys. Fireworks or heavy metal music, rock and roll music? I'm going to do this one. Thank you for your donation, Witchy. That's my opinion. And also, it was someone else's opinion that works under EMS in those situations. He thought maybe because of all the confusion with passing the phone around, this happened on Dago's Live yesterday, that he thought maybe the dispatcher got messed up with her protocol cards that she was reading from. So she did make a mistake in that regards by going straight to the defibrillator, right?
Yeah, she didn't ask a lot of questions that she should have typically in that aspect, the person being passed out. Do you know if she was drinking? Do you know if she did any drugs? Do you know any of that kind of stuff? And then that would lead to the Narcan and that other kind of stuff with the protocol. Yes.
Okay. You're welcome, Witchy.
But the fact that the phone was passed around, like you said, and Troy said yesterday too, that could change, like screw her up completely because there's so many people giving different answers, so on and so forth. You know what I mean?
For sure. And she's getting frustrated. And we all know when you get frustrated and you're trying to do your job, you get,
100%. Yes.
rattled a little bit. All right. So let's.
Right now, if someone is passed out, can you find that out?
Yeah, I'll come. Come on, we gotta go check.
Okay. So they're literally admitting our roommate's unconscious, but we don't know they're unconscious. We got to go check to see if they're unconscious. Come on.
That's what the biggest problem was with this. It was like they practiced what they were going to do and then called 911 and then did it again. That's what everybody's issue was with this. Yes.
Right. The news should have been the news reporters asking questions. Why'd they call 911? What made them want to call 911 when they did? Why? Why?
Right.
And the only reason I'm pressing that so hard is because that would try to like put pressure for the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
But we have to. Did you pass out? What's wrong? She's not with.
So you can hear Hunter calling for them. So apparently, according to this, he hasn't seen them yet. Now, the only thing I could say is Dylan did say she saw Xana laying on the floor last night.
So they're, in my opinion, Kim, they're acting. This is all acting, in my opinion, because they've already been through this once. They've already seen this situation. I feel like they're acting like, is she passed out? You already know that she's not moving, that she's not doing something. Okay, so you're acting this out right now to make it sound good for the record, in my opinion.
I saw my roommate laying on the floor last night in a sweatshirt and underwear, and I saw a masked man in the house, and I didn't call for help then. And then 8 hours later, when we wake up and they're not answering, I'm like, oh my God.
But
I probably should have called last night. Let me call now.
But you didn't go check on him.
No, I went outside and I called 911.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why didn't you call then from the house immediately? Now, here's the thing that's changed from this point forward. We now know, based on their interviews, they heard all sorts of screams and stuff, right? Why didn't, if that's the case, see, that's what I'm saying. This irritates the shit out of me.
All kinds of noises and stuff. Yeah.
They heard screaming. They heard this. They heard that. Now, that came after the fact, after this all went down. So in that point, why didn't you call 911 at that point? As soon as you heard Kaylee scream, somebody's in the house,
right,
and run down the stairs based on your testimony, why didn't you dial 911 right away?
Right. Or after you hear what we all know is not a firework, why aren't you calling?
Or after you hear slam banging around in Xana's room, why didn't you call 911?
Right. Yeah.
Or after you hear who you said sounded, it's okay, I'm here to help you, but it was not in a normal voice. It was weird. It was mean or something like what she said. Why didn't you call 911? Many moments throughout the day or through the night, you didn't dial 911. Why? Because you knew, in my opinion. I'm sorry.
No, exactly. And then one more thing is when you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my God, nobody's answering me. And I thought Xana was passed out last night. Now I'm really worried because what if something's really wrong with her? What's the first thing you're going to do?
Dial 911.
Or go up and check on her because you don't think she's Yeah, you don't think she's murdered. You think she just like is passed out.
Thank you. I know, Twiz. I'm sorry, you guys. I have to stop. Twiz is right. They're just young girls. We have to be nice to them, according to Judge Hippler. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's being sarcastic.
Very much so, yes. As he is always. But yes, I'm sorry about that. I should have remembered that.
I know I am doing it in a sarcastic way, but I literally am trying to just go through every
No, I got you. I know
scenario
exactly.
and situation, and
Yes.
yeah.
It's great too. It is. It's a good idea to do that. So slanderer. Yes, it's slander. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Wazowski. I know I'm victim blaming, of course. Again, I'm a horrible person. I know. Shame on
All
me.
right.
Waking up.
Okay, one moment. I'm getting help started that way.
Okay, thank you.
See, now I've always believed that was Hunter breathing
Dylan.
like that because she just said what's wrong, and he's the one that went to go see what was wrong. So that's who I think that is. But I think this is the moment when, but I still haven't heard him. Maybe it's not because we haven't heard him say get out yet, have we?
She's holding a phone like this, and that's why you hear that the way you do. He's still, in my opinion, I'll say this, he's upstairs on the 3rd floor.
All right. You think that's her breathing?
I absolutely always have, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and how old is she?
20.
20, you said?
Yes, 20 here.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, I need someone to stop passing the phone around because I've talked to 4 different people.
Okay, sorry, they just gave me the phone.
Is she breathing?
Hello?
Is she breathing?
No.
Okay.
Bethany, Dylan, I need you to talk to them, okay? I can't talk to them. I need you to talk to them.
Why do you think he said that?
Because he misunderstood what she said when she said to stop passing the phone. He just figured that meant that they needed to talk to them.
Oh, I can't talk to them.
Yeah, they're young. They still don't have the... and don't forget, they're all lying, in my opinion. So therefore, they're trying to keep shit straight. So
was that Hunter that said that? I can't talk to them?
yeah,
Because it sounded like there were 2 guys. So the other one is
that was Hunter.
But there were like, to me, it sounded like one guy got on the phone and then gave it to, I think, Hunter, who said, I can't talk to you.
It could have been Lyndon that was there as well, but I've listened to like the interviews and stuff. That sounds like Hunter to me that was saying that.
It's just, you're the one that actually saw the victims. You should be the one to talk to them because you actually saw
Yeah, he
what was
misinterpreted
going
what he
on.
was saying by stop passing the phone. All he had to say was, yeah, I'll keep the phone now. I'll tell you what's going on. But he just hands it back over to them. I don't think any of them wanted to be on the phone. Truly.
No, it was like hot potato.
They didn't want to do this because they knew that they weren't being honest. And it makes you nervous because you're talking to what kids figure this is law enforcement as well, because it's related to law enforcement. Therefore, they're nervous, in my opinion. And that's why they're passing this all over the place. So there was 2 men there. There was and Dylan, Josie, and Emily. Bethany was across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds to me, like I said, the male voice that we hear is Hunter the whole time, in my opinion. I don't know if Lyndon actually got on the phone, but he was there with Josie. So
yeah, that's a minor detail. Hey, Red Zebra. That's my brother-in-law, you guys.
Good to see you, buddy.
That's why he's got the mod stick.
Hello.
Okay. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement. Stay on the line. If there is a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
Say that again. There's a police here right now.
Okay. If there is a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
We don't have one. I think yes. Do you have a defibrillator? Yes, you have one.
So are you talking to the officer?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let you go since he's there with you and can help you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay.
11:59 a.m. 49 seconds, November 13, 2022.
All right, and then that was Plunder's video that she shared of that. So, all right. I love going back through the stuff with the hindsight that we have now, the information that we have now, because
Yes.
everything that we had, that gut instinct, like, weird. Why is this weird to me? Like, why isn't this making sense? And then,
yep,
as we're collecting things and going over things, we have some ideas, I think, of what
100%.
was really happening.
Yes, I agree. I do agree.
Is today Friday?
It is.
You say they always drop stuff on Tuesdays and Fridays usually?
Fridays, from what I've seen in documents, yes.
How long do you guys think? What's on the body cam, Lucy?
What we just heard at the end of the call.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, when he gets there,
he arrives. Mm-hmm.
You can actually hear Dylan say, "Do you have a body cam? Or do you have a defibrillator?" Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. So that part lines up, I guess.
That's real, yeah, but
yeah,
about the only thing.
I lost my train of thought.
And believe me, I've tried to look at this from the non-conspiratorial angle. You can't. You can't, because I've never in my life, I've heard 911 calls. I have a friend that works for 911. I've been in 911 calls. It just that never made any sense like that ever. And I'm not blaming it on the 911 operator. Okay, she did what she was supposed to do. She got confused, I'm sure, because of all that mismatching around. But maybe that was even part of what they were supposed to do, was to try to confuse the situation. I do not believe that anything about that was real.
I feel like if, like, I just using myself as an example, whenever I'm in a situation like that and I need to focus, like, I would be walking away from people. I don't know. Do any of you guys ever do that? Like, because you want to focus and not be interrupted by people. You want to, like, I want to talk to the 911 call, and I'll, like, walk away.
Right.
That wasn't happening. They were passing that phone around.
It was a mess. I don't think anybody knew what to do, because they have never done something like this before. They didn't know how to make believe, for lack of better terms, to make this seem real. Okay. And it's all this entire thing, in my opinion, of course, was about creating the narrative for the whole story.
Yeah, I got really stuck last night in making sense in my head of why did they decide that time was the time to call 911 when you and I just went through all these other scenarios that happened. So
and for me, I'm sorry, I go ahead, because
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for me, I feel like everything was done at that point. The cleaning was done. Everything had a time, like a timeline for everything. Okay, everything was to be done at at some period of time, and that was what it was time for at that time, was to call 911, because it had been long enough. They knew that this was going to be a problem, that they waited for so long anyway. We got to do this now. Okay, it's that time now. We did the cleaning. Is done. This is done. Hunter and the witnesses are here now. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm. Yes, witchy. That's the thought I have. And when I sometimes when I'll either pose questions because it's something I don't know, but sometimes I pose these questions out loud, even though I already have my own answer in my head of what I think. I'm still saying it out loud because I want us all to be thinking about it and sharing our ideas. So yeah,
Sure.
I kind of lean towards this one,
That's
but
what I believe too.
I
That there was
also think this has to go with it.
sure, sure. To some, that's why I think that whole passing the phone around thing happened is because they were scared. They were afraid to get caught up in what was going on. And I think the people that truly committed the crime, part of the threat, which is what I think it was that this is what you're going to do or this is what's going to happen to you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was to make sure this is done, make sure that's done, and then you dial 911 and this is what you say. That's how I see this at this point. And I'm sure
Plausible.
people will disagree with me, but
We're conspiracy theorists, Dago.
plus, yeah, yes, I know. And plus, like Wazowski said, I think they did. I think they procrastinated because they didn't want to do this. And they did it as long as they could. And then at that point, it had to be done. We couldn't wait any longer.
I agree with all of those scenarios. Like I don't know which one it is. I just know that it doesn't make sense to wait
right.
that long, unless I could totally understand feeling threatened and in danger and afraid. I have sympathy for that for them. Like if that's what it truly was.
Yes, I have a little bit. 100%. I have a little bit. Yes,
I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. I don't know.
Something's, but see, whenever I think that way, I always go back to my thought process about my belief that Dylan very likely lured Kaylee there. And I still think about maybe she was forced to do that as well. Okay. Maybe somebody said, this is what you're going to do. You're going to do this, this, and this, and then this, and this, and this. You do that all right, you'll be fine. And I don't want to believe that this is real, you guys. I don't want to believe that people and things like this can happen. I don't, but it does, and it did. That's all there is as far as I can see. Okay.
Yeah. They have had plenty of time to tell their truth, and they're still hiding. They're still.
That has to be fear, Kim.
It is. It does.
It's got to be fear.
That's the only thing I can think of, because the other, Hunter, Emily, they've all spoke. Other people that live around there have spoke. I know they're not the ones directly in the house, but they weren't attacked. It's not like they have that fear because of that. I don't know. That's what's telling to me. So that's actually one of my ideas. I'm going to wrap this up for the future is there have been a lot of cases around the country where there have been survivors, like actually in the house, things like that. Cause I'm trying to think of comparison cases that I want to do. So I thought it would be interesting to see some other victims, witnesses that have survived, and have they come out and talked, and what have they said? What were my other ideas? Oh, with the are you going to talk about CIs today? Oh, I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. I'm not going to say anything about that with
yeah, my title is CIs and Undercovers, what's really going on in Moscow. So
awesome. So for next week, I want to look for there's a lot of cases. I already did a search where college kids ended up dead because of getting involved in that hot mess. So how does it happen? And just making those comparisons. So I like doing that. So I hope you guys let me know in the chat if that's something you guys like when I do that or not.
Absolutely.
Because we can always just come up here and talk too, but I like to find the information. I like to have something. and then talk about it. So
Yes, great show. This was a great show. Always a great show you put on over here. I appreciate you having me, and it's always an honor to be able to join you.
I'm glad we did it together. This was amazing.
Very
Thanks for
enjoyable.
going along with me. And
Absolutely. Every time, anytime. I have nothing but respect for you. The way you look at things and handle things over is very, very, very much respectable, and I love it. So
thank you. Dago is awesome, you guys. So I don't know if there's anybody in here that isn't already part of the True Crime Cafe with Dago. I said that right, didn't I? Go over there, like this stream, this live that he just did. Please give him lots of likes and subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, we appreciate all your support all the time.
yes, ma'am, and yes, we do. You guys are amazing.
Yeah. So I am going, let me see. Tiny True Crime Mama. That's a new name. Hello. Oh, they're talking about, oh, you guys are already onto the CI discussion. Well, then you're going to want to go to Dago's live. Do you have it scheduled, or are you just going to do it after?
Yeah, it's scheduled. Yeah, it's been up. That's why I was struggling. My camera wouldn't turn on in here originally because I had to pull that down, then come back in and be able to turn my camera on. But it's been up since I think 11 something.
All right. Kim, come over to Dago's now. I have to end this live. And then we are all going right over there. So yeah, I'll see you over there on your show. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for having me, guys. Thank you all for showing up over here, for supporting Miss Kim the way you guys do, and myself, of course. You guys are all very much amazing, this entire community. I know we both appreciate you all so very much. And I hope to see you guys very soon.
Yes. I want to say thank you so much to everybody that was in here. Your comments, and they are so thoughtful and sometimes informative to me, and you make me laugh. Sometimes we get a little sarcastic in here. And I love that. You know, we can't be all doom and gloom all the time, right? We want to
be able to decompress a little bit, guys. Like I said, we spent 5 days looking at blood day after day after day.
I know.
You got to be able to like release a little bit, truly.
I know. So I'm planning on coming back on Tuesday with another live, hopefully with a comparison for you guys. So
I'm looking forward to it.
Being here. Lots of love and light to everybody, and I will see you then. Bye.
See you soon.
Thanks for watching, hope you felt the spark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. Subscribe, it's free and keeps us going strong. You're part of the crew now, right where you belong. Join us next time, same truth, same fire. We bring the heat and never tire. We're typically unique and proud to be a husband and wife in podcast harmony. Ethically unique, yeah, that's you and me. Don't forget to like and hit subscribe, it's free. Come back again, we'll be right here with truth and laughs and zero fear. We don't always agree, but that's the show. One love, two minds, letting it flow. We dig deep with crack jokes, we called it like we see. If that's your vibe, you belong here with me. We don't always agree, but that's the show. One love, two minds, letting it flow. We dig deep with crack jokes, we call it like we see. If that's your vibe, you belong here with me. We don't always agree, but you felt the spark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. We dig deep with crack jokes, we call it like we see. If that's your vibe, you belong here with me. Thanks for watching, hope you felt the spark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. It's free, it keeps us going strong. You're part of the crew now, right where you belong. Join us next time, same truth, same fire. We bring the heat and never tire. We're typically unique and proud to be a husband and wife and proud to be a husband and wife in podcast harmony. Yeah, that's you and me, that's you and me. Don't forget to like, hit subscribe, it's free. Come here with truth and laughs and zero fear.